What is up, traders? Hope everybody's doing well. Friday here, we took a short on NQ, resulted in a win. So I'm going to go through the reasoning behind the entry. Let's get to it. Starting off on the higher time frame, yes, we came into the session. I did have a bearish bias, honestly, to take out London lows right here. If we drop down to the 1 hour, it's more clear. Yeah, so we had a lot of trendline liquidity. We had London lows around here. So I did expect price with market open around this candle to drop first, take out these lows, and then proceed to continue to fill out the January 26th new week opening gap, this big gap over here. So it was clear that price is going to fill it, but my bias honestly was to swing out or sweep this trend line liquidity, take out London lows, and then proceed to push higher. Now that wasn't the case. Price just proceeded to fill that gap entirely. Filling it, as we can see here, this is the high of that January 26th new week opening gap. This is the low of it. Price filled it completely. Once it filled it completely, I did expect some sort of retracement into some sort of short-term liquidity, double lows, something like that. So that was the premise or the idea behind this short. So we have the, as we can see here, 1045, 1115 macro. Waited for that macro to see some sort of retracement into these sell side liquidities here. So at around 11 to around 11, 14, 15, it was towards the end of the macro. We had an SMT form with ES, so we can see that here. ES made a higher high, NQ made a lower high. We did have this trendline liquidity to be swept, so we had these equal lows here on NQ, this low. So I did expect some of these to be swept, at least this. So we had the SMT. We had a, honestly, right around the end of this macro. So this was actually 11:17 where this happened, but I also did take it because it did look clean. Too clean actually for me not to take it. So SMT's breakout structure on the 1 minute with a fair value gap. I did treat this as a breakaway gap. That's why if I pull up my entries, my entry was not on the gap. So here are my positions. As we can see here, I entered. Can it show? It's not showing, but this was 4 contracts here. My entry was, as we can see here, 21943.25. I didn't enter on the breakaway gap because I treated it as a breakaway gap. We had a consolidation. This was the first fair value gap with a breakup structure on the 1 minute. So I treated it as a breakaway gap. That's why I didn't enter on it. I entered on constant encouragement of this wick, but price did tap into it barely, which is permissible for a breakaway gap. And it's called an institutional order entry deal. So basically just about half a handle into the gap, and then price rolled down. I did scale in on this fair value gap over here, so 21,925, 21,925.75, 21,925.75. So did scale on this fair value gap to then see prices here. I pulled out fully right above this sell side. I pulled out a 21,899.25, 21,899.25. So right here, the reason behind that was because ES swept this low and NQ didn't. And so NQ was kind of consolidating. This was around here. ES swept it, NQ didn't. So I thought that we might have some sort of SMT. So that's why I closed it early instead of holding it. And then, so I closed it here. So it was something around this region, right? And then because I had my premise to sweep these lows, I did re-enter on this fair value gap. It was a quick trade, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, this did also result in a win. Entered off of this fair value gap. It was a very quick win to stop loss above the high here, and then TP was at these lows, and that also did hit, but that's beside the point. So that was why I entered this again. because my conviction was we're going to sweep these lows right here. So that's why I re-entered right at this fair value gap, and then to sweep this low. So that was today's trade on Friday, end of the week. Pretty good. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys found this insightful. If you want more daily, weekly, pre-session, post-session analysis just like this, please feel free to join our free Discord. Link is in the description. Also, follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. Until next time, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe.